Hey, this was perfecto. Welcome
fun.
to Academy of Tone 176 with Perfecto.
Hello.
Perfecto De Castro. Hey, anyway, this was a very cool opening song. And I had to learn a few bits and pieces, which actually, after I listened to the song, I thought, shall I spend now 2 hours in decoding every open string and position? And I thought, you know what? You are my teacher.
I'm going to show you some stuff. I don't know about teacher, but
Well, no. It's cool. I mean, anything teaches us,
Yes.
you know. And for me, it's not a thing about I'm the teacher, I'm the boss. It's equal, you know.
It's sharing.
It's sharing.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, definitely.
So, you know, everything we learn is kind of a new vocabulary, and then it's being used here and there. And for me, there is no better guy, or, you know, it's like everybody is doing his thing. You know, I mean, for me, the best example is always Keith Richards. He couldn't play that tune, not a single part, but he makes more money than us, and he wrote more hits than us.
Yeah.
So, you know.
With just 5 strings, too.
Of course, this guy is super clever. You know, less is more.
Yeah.
Ingwie is more. Everything is possible.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and that's the thing, the beauty of the guitar. You know,
Yes. Lots of possibilities.
Yeah. For the guys that don't know you, we met each other a couple of years ago. I think 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah. At the NAMM show, and then we always see each other.
Yeah.
And then we finally jammed at the 2021.
Was this before COVID or after?
After COVID.
After COVID.
After COVID.
Must have been 22.
22. There you go.
Yeah.
22. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I invited you to my studio.
Yes, I have been to his studio. So here's a big story that we have to tell you. When I go to the NAMM shows, there's always the show as it is. People gather and you meet in this convention center, and which is great, all good. But I usually try to spend a week after the show in Los Angeles. And then I really have time to visit people like you.
Yes.
And I remember, what is the town called, which is close to LA where you live?
Azusa. It is Azusa. It is in the San Gabriel Valley. It is the old stomping ground of the Van Halen brothers. So it's Pasadena, Monrovia, Azusa. Glendora is Michael Anthony's hometown.
Oh, why?
And the next town, the next city is San Dimas, where Grover Jackson and Charvel started.
See, so there's a lot of history
Yeah.
and heritage also in this area.
Yeah.
And it's cool. We went to a bar. I remember that. You know,
barbecue.
The barbecue
We
was
had a barbecue.
brilliant down the main street and stuff.
Yeah.
And we did something for your channel, which is actually another thing we should mention. I mean, you are known for many things. We come to your story too, but what is the big thing? Most people know you because of your YouTube channel, right?
Right now, yes. I have a YouTube channel at official Perfecto De Castro, right here on YouTube. And then I do playing stuff. I do interviews with my favorite guitar people. and speaking of learning, I also learned a lot of licks from Thomas in that afternoon session.
Right. Yeah. I showed you some. It's sharing.
Exactly.
You know, I showed you some stuff that I learned from Uli Roth or from whatever. And that works at your place, yeah.
Yeah, and then so I also do demos. I do everything guitar, basically. Yeah.
And you came over to Germany now for the Guitar Summit, right?
Yes. This is my second year at Guitar Summit. I was here last year giving a workshop for PJD guitars. This is the guitar I'm using right now. And then even before that, I also visited my good friend Henning Pauli for 42 Gear Street, his event. Yeah.
So this is another kind of, what do you call it, a melting point?
Yeah, melting pot.
Yeah, melting pot. You know, there's like, Henning is one of those guys, some people like him, some people don't, but Henning is a very active guy, and he has a great passion.
Yes.
For what he is doing.
Yes.
And even if you sometimes think, oh, Henny, he tries to be funny. Well, he is funny, but he's also serious.
Yes.
And I have to say that's something I learned when I visited him and I was at the events. The amount of dedication, passion he puts into these events, that he is doing the Gear Street, 42 Gear Street.
Yeah.
Well, this is like where he lives. Like, how?
Yeah, basically he invites other YouTube guitar people into his studios to film content and network and basically just, establish the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good. I think our industry in general is about meeting people and getting a community going.
Yes, definitely.
So, that's the Henning thing. And like the rest of the week, we have the Guitar Summit. We talk about this later.
Yes.
There's a lot. But it's just good to know a little bit about the background. We dive into this a little bit more. But before we go into the details and teaching and playing and whatnot and scales and stuff, let's do a little housekeeping on things that have happened over the weekend or the last week. I think the first thing I want to mention is my dear friend Ben Grenfeld. Ben Grenfeld. I think we just talked this morning because we work on a record together.
Okay.
And I'm listening to the mixes currently of the first 3 songs. Nobody has much time, so this record will take a little longer. But yeah, he's currently on tour in Germany with his own band. I think we have a few tour dates for you guys. So if you have the chance to come to one of these places, go ahead and do it because it's definitely worth. Ben is a great melodic rock player with tons of taste. He used to be in the Leningrad Cowboys. He used to be in Wishbone Ash. And it's... and now we tour. We also have a tour in November.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what's going on there. And the other thing what is going on is Euge Valovierta. Yeah, do we have the tour dates? At this point, I only see us, and I don't see the big screen. Okay.
There's a video.
Okay, I can see Lucas, our video engineer, in the corner sends me a message. So there's a little video of Ben with tour dates. We show you that now. Yeah, so that's Ben Granfeld from Finland, and yeah, he's my buddy, and he also has recently put together a stereo rig with 2 amp ones.
Okay.
Yeah, he's nuts, but it sounds good, and
yeah, double the pleasure.
yeah. Well, okie doke. Then we have Euge Valovierta. He sent us a little video. Check that out. It's about his tour rig, Iridium.
Yes, indeed. Hi. I'm Euge Valovirta, and like the heading says, about my 2023 live rig, the whole shebang. Basically, it's here, what you see.
Anyway, if you want to see Euge Valovirta's full video, you can watch this on his channel, which is 230 volts. Or put in Valovirta. It's actually another Finnish guy. We have a lot of Nordic people in the M1 user community. But anyway, it's
great.
It's great. It happens in the cold countries love warm sounds.
There you go.
Okay, I have to tell you this story. I was posting this actually. On the weekend, I had a nice invitation just across the border here, France. Okay, like a 45 minutes drive from here. And I was attending and I was booked at a guitar festival. And the festival was Saturday and Sunday. So I was booked to play there on Sunday afternoon. Okay, everything fine, good. Then I talked to the organizer back on the Saturday, and he said, somebody is not coming at like big evening concert. Maybe we can. And I said, okay, hey, it's not so far, and for me it's a pleasure. Blah blah blah. I come over, I play with the guys.
Okay.
So what happened is, I packed up all my gear, my big pedal board, my 61 Strat, and a spare guitar, like the real pro.
Yeah.
And then coming to the place, everything is cool. Very good guitar players, and a female singer that she was also playing guitar, killer. I joined in the band, everything cool. So around midnight, I packed up the stuff. Like I left my cabinet there and my pedal board, and I took my guitar. So I went back home, had some rest, sleep. Sunday morning, I got up and said, wait a minute, company, we have to work on MX.
Yeah.
No Sunday break these days. Okay, so I was driving to the company. You've been there
I've been there, I was there. Yeah.
So working with Julian, blah, blah, blah. And then, okay, now it's time to go for my gig in France. Okay, so I took the car, I went to the gig in France. Nice people, food here, French, nice things to eat. And then it's like, hey guys, okay, now you're on. We do a little sound check. And I go, where's my guitar? It's like, fuck. And I wasn't sure at all because I saw my guitar from last night, a picture of it was there. So I thought, maybe it's stolen. And then I double checked with my band members and said, when I came in, because they were before me, did I bring a guitar or not?
Yeah.
And then they said, no, you had no guitar. And then I thought, okay, then it's not stolen, but where is it? Oh, fuck, I left it at home. So,
oh, no.
So you have like 5 minutes or whatever, 10 minutes for showtime, and you have an amp, but you have no guitar. Guitar festival, very good. Okay, so what happened is, I saw the girl that I played with last night, and then she said, "Oh yeah, I have a Stratocaster. You can use that one. Some distressed, whatever. I forgot about the brand." And then I took that, and then I saw another guy who has a music shop, and he had actually my signature model.
Okay, that worked out.
Okay, familiar guitar. Okay, I had a white Strat. And I had my signature model.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, this is all cool. But what happened is that white Strat had a fixed tremolo.
Oh, okay. So dive only.
Dive only.
Okay.
And I'm not used. I have free floating.
Yeah.
So I was wiggling the bar because I was on the stage, I was playing, and the guitar went out of tune because it wasn't used to do what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I played one song with that guitar. Then I took the vintage signature model, and actually it has the same setup.
Oh no!
They usually come with a floating tremolo, but somebody has improved it to, which wasn't any improvement for myself. But anyway, So
Well, it looks like you're having fun with it.
I mean, I felt a bit more familiar with that guitar because I know it. It's my
Right, right.
signature guitar,
Right.
and it was a thing. We have a little clip. In the end, all what matters is being on stage and do your thing.
Yeah.
I don't believe that anybody really could hear a difference.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as long as you look like you're having fun, everybody
Yeah.
else will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Check the video so you can see if I had fun or not. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And you helped me to get those clips back because, I used them on my phone as a
Story.
story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not the expert. And I thought they were gone because they only last like for a day.
Yeah, well, this is a tip for all you Instagram users. If you put a story, your story is not gone. You go to your profile, click on the 3 bars.
Right.
Right, and then once you click that, a menu will show up, and you will see archive. And that is
Archive.
all. That is all your stories. You can look back and download them to your phone and all that.
Yeah.
And repost them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That helps. Thanks for information. So it's all about sharing.
Yeah.
And now I think it would be cool to talk a little bit about that first tune.
The first song. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm kind of busy these days, and I didn't have that much time to prepare. And what happened is, of course, I listened to the song and I thought, okay, and then it's kind of more complex than I thought, which is totally fine. And then I came to the point where I said, okay, let's learn it in a way that I can get through it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, I asked Perfecto if he can show me 2 little details, something like, and then it's good. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was my idea about how to do that song and how to learn that song.
Yeah.
And here comes the thing. When you look into the details even further, you discover things that make more sense
Yeah.
than the way I thought you would have played it. Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
The main
How,
I was playing it here
Okay.
because of that. The first thing that I could hear without even a guitar in my hands, that riff. So I thought everything was being played here.
Right.
But it wasn't.
No.
So the thing to move it up there and to integrate the open strings makes a lot more sense over here.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's correct.
yeah. It's in the key, in the correct key.
Yeah. And the other thing would have been just okay.
Yeah, because like the riff. Sorry,
Yeah.
P90. So
Yeah. Cleaner or less gain?
cleaner, less
Just
gain. Actually, yeah. Take
get
I
rid
put
of the boost.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So basically, it's the pentatonic box. These 2
Yeah.
fingers, right? So this is the main sound. Instead of playing it here, I played it up here.
I have a great idea.
Okay.
This is metal, and this is rock.
This is rock.
Okay, if you can do that, you are a rock guitar player. If you can only do that, you have to be a metal guy. Okay, we learn to play rock, which is this. Okay,
This one.
it's actually not that easy.
Yeah.
Not for my hand.
This is what do you call it? This is entire records and genres are played with these 2 these 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, so these 2 fingers plus the open string and hammer-ons.
Yeah.
Then I jump back to the
Fifth position.
the position
Yeah.
where you thought it was
Yeah.
going to be played.
Yeah.
That way, I keep pedaling off of right. So that makes it easier to do all those fun little harmonic things
Yeah.
too, because it's easier to play them down here than up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that's clever. And I was distracted because I thought if I have this range here, I thought the whole thing must be this range.
Right.
Of course, bullshit. And then I played the notes here. I have the wrong open strings.
Right. Right.
And that's kind of not so good. Yeah. So there's a lot of rhythmic. So the one thing that I like about this riff is it uses the open strings, and it has a lot of punch due to the fact that the rhythmic. It has the on and off beat
Yes.
kind of machine going. you
Yes,
know?
yes, and it plays around with the drums too, because the drums
Yeah.
has that consistent 16th beat.
Yeah.
But then the guitar, punches the different accents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super. So, I mean, we have that other part which is
Yeah, so that's more standard rock.
is standard rock.
Yeah.
But it's okay because that's the part where you can solo on top and shine, and not everything is that complex, which is cool. So,
Right.
and then you have another part with
Yeah, it's trying to mimic a horn line. Yeah, yeah,
like-
especially that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this has another trick.
Yeah, this has another trick. So, that little part that threw you off.
Yeah.
Because there's two D's in that riff. So and also pulling off to the open string makes it a little more
Rhythmic.
swinging a little
Yeah,
bit, a little diddly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that the beauty of doing things like that is to get something with a certain phrasing. Even like these lines have a phrasing that has more character this way, being played that way in that right position,
Right.
with the accents and the accents that also come with the open string pull-offs.
Yes.
The bing bang boom bang. That's
Yeah.
it's funky.
Yeah, as opposed to it sounds heavier, but then it loses all swing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And here's one of my heroes who does it too, of course, Richie Blackmore. In all of his famous rigs. It's double A. It's the A open string and then fretted and down.
Yeah.
And little things like that. But Richie plays it sometimes here, sometimes there.
Yeah, well, it changes it around.
Yeah, but still, he uses that trick all the time.
Right.
And I think that's clever.
Yeah, and another player that does that is Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
He sometimes he would go. Instead of going. Almost like a bluegrass thing.
Yeah. What I sometimes do is like I have. And this is so easy and so impressive. I don't know.
Go on and on.
Sure. Yeah, but anyway, it's easy and it's very effective.
Yes. And it capitalizes on one of the strengths of the guitar. it's the being able to play the same note several different ways.
Right.
On a piano, a D note is just
That one key.
That one key.
There's no other choice.
Right. Here we have.
Yeah. Three notes. Oh, yeah.
Do everything else. So
Yeah, and I think an even broader view on the whole thing is it's good to understand things. It's like you understand the guitar, you understand guitar player habits, you understand the way of thinking. I mean, as we have those three D notes somewhere, we have choices, and it's for me the hints. The hints for the secrets, I get them from the roots. Sometimes it's like, this guy is influenced by this guy.
Yeah.
And this is like why Jeff Beck does this kind of rockabilly tricks.
Yeah. Good, because Cliff Gallup.
Yeah, is his hero.
His hero, yeah.
Yeah. So that always helps me to understand what's going on. And once I have understood it, then I can play it. Otherwise, it's just like a lot of information, and I feel like I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
Well, nobody's sure of what they're doing anyway. So.
Yeah.
But
I think it's that's a way that helps me. And the moment when I actually can sing it, stuff.
Then it's in your ear. Then you have something to follow.
And that helps a lot.
Yeah.
But certain things come also from the mechanics of the guitar.
Yes.
And so it's good to understand
and it's
a few
tricks. Yeah, and like I said, the magic of the open strings is one, you get to play the same thing different ways, and then also you, as you demonstrated earlier, you can make it sound complicated, but it's actually just
simple.
It's very simple. It lends itself easily on your fingers on the string.
Right. And it's just Eddie is an example. I mean, he makes easy stuff, and he makes also complicated stuff in the end. But for me, it's not the point of this guy does things that nobody else can do.
No.
This is always the way people think. It's like, oh, he's so good. I will never. No, I mean, when you talk to these people, and they're usually pretty humble, and they tell you, all I do is this.
Yeah.
And then you go, and it's to get the idea that helps. Otherwise, it's like there's a big wall between you and what you want to achieve.
Right.
And you build up the wall by yourself.
Right.
By, I can never be like this guy.
Yeah.
And then the moment you meet him, it's like, I show you, and you think, okay.
Oh, really? Is that it?
And this goes back for the teaching aspects, and especially what you are doing, on your seminars and on your YouTube channel. I find it interesting. Certain people, for me, it's easier to follow than other people, and it's also the way how they are structured.
Right.
No?
Because I try to make it. You know how some music teachers, they try to make it sound flowery and big and complex.
Yeah.
That's why you have quotes like, it's not rocket science. No, it's not music theory.
Yeah.
But I try to present all the stuff in the simplest way possible. That way, it's not out of reach for a lot of people.
See, and I think that's the key point. Simplify what you try to do, and you have to understand it first.
Yes.
That's the thing. Just not repeat it. You have to understand it. That's first level.
Yeah.
Then, of course, you can repeat it. That is part of understanding it. Repeating, understanding. But once you understood it, you find your own way how to express that to the world. And I'm basically self-taught, and I had this huge problem when I was a teenager, too. With I was scared. I was reading books, and it was like, man, I will never get there.
Okay.
Because it was the books were written by. I'm a bit rude now. I think they used the book as a process to understand what they were actually trying to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I analyzed the whole thing, and it was like the the book was their learning process.
Right.
And
right.
then when you go and have a real master, sometimes I would be interested about some jazz things, and it's like, okay, I was scared. It's like, man, you have to play that chord. A jazz guy maybe doesn't play that chord because it's like hurts your fingers and whatever.
Yeah.
They play. There's a leave off the bass note.
Yeah.
That's the first. And then the next thing is like, if you leave that note out, you can play it like this, and it's like,
It's very easy.
yeah. It's so, but you have to understand what you're doing.
Yes.
The function of this chord and what is important, why that chord is there. And then it's easy to reduce it. And then once you can reduce it, it's easier to play, of course.
Yeah, and especially if you're playing with other people too.
Yeah.
Like the reason why you leave the bass note out is because there's a bass player.
Yeah. And you just don't compete with another bass with your bass on the guitar.
Yes.
It's not necessary.
Yeah. And it'll sound just as big.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It would probably have more clarity and less woolly, boomy.
Bloatedness.
Yeah.
yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
that I think that should be said. I love people that can get things to the point in that way. Like Picasso as an artist, he can paint a picture with one line. It's
Yeah.
like, and this costs $1 million. How can I mean, I can be 1 million in a minute, but I'm not Picasso. That's the difference,
Yeah.
I can have this paint, this pen here, and paint something on the piece of paper, and it's worth nothing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
this guy has all his understanding. His whole entire life is in this one line. And when you really see, you can tell the difference. It's like there is a meaning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In just that line bends.
Yeah.
I get fascinated by that stuff.
That's like observing like a true master at
Yeah.
work. So it's what we all strive for. Yeah.
Okay, what have the guys in the chat to say? I'm just curious what's going on. Okay, we have some local guys.
Oh.
Somebody is called Dillinger, and he comes from Wallerfang. Okay, just imagine we have little towns here, and then everybody's proud to be of his own town,
Right.
and his name is from the other town where he doesn't live. So it's
Okay.
it's like the Pasadena guy lives in the next
Next city.
city. Anyway, that's funny.
Oh, I know this name. Poo Ninja.
Yeah, Poo Ninja. Yeah,
Poo Ninja is.
he's a very frequent watcher here. And
He watches everybody.
really?
He's everywhere.
Okay, Poo Ninja.
He is everywhere.
I mean, this of course it's good. I always love to see him on board, which says makes me feel home.
Yeah. And then earlier we had Guitarra Viva.
This is
Carlos Asensio.
You know the guy?
Yeah, he's a pretty big channel. 4 million subs.
4 million.
Yeah, just 4 million. Just
Yeah.
a tiny channel.
But is it
Guitar channel
in
Spanish.
Spanish.
In
okay.
Spanish.
Oh.
So he's got the whole Spanish speaking market covered.
Unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up with my French.
Yeah. Who
cool.
else is here?
Yeah, we have Hardy O is always here on the channel. That I know that one. What is amp not owned?
Amp not aunt. Aunt.
Okay, I pay
I pay
close
attention.
attention to amp manufacturer, hoping that somebody will build me a wet amplifier. I mean, I told you about Amp X, and this is possible. The effects are stereo. The system can be used wet because you have like the simplest way to do it. There's several ways. The simplest way is just have the speaker out in the middle as your dry signal, and then there's a line out that can be effects only, and you have two whatever you want, full range cabinets, or you have guitar speaker cabinets, and that's your wet system. It will be rather small.
Yeah.
Okay.
String theory. Oh, Karsten.
You know?
Yeah, he's based here in Germany.
Okay.
He's actually going to be at Guitar Summit.
Yeah, I guess. Well, let's talk a little bit before we talk about Guitar Summit. I have, it's a bit more personal, but you originally come from the Philippines.
Yes.
So, and you've been in Philippine bands before.
Yes. In the 90s, there was a big rock band resurgence. Pretty much radio station. It took over the airwaves. It competed with pop. So Filipino rock bands, and I was part of one of the biggest.
Yeah.
The name was Rivermaya.
Okay.
And we had our in fact, the songs from our record is in every karaoke machine in every Filipino household.
Yeah.
So and with my guitar solo. So
Cool.
there was that, and then I also ran my own recording studio, and I produced records, I produced bands, and all that. Right. And then towards the end of the 90s, the music trends shift. Right.
I know. Yeah, I've been there too. And this was the moment where I quit the business, that business too.
Yeah. So instead of changing my style to fit the current trend, I went, because the trend was acoustic. So everybody was like singer-songwriter and so I went even more acoustic. Yeah. I went back to school and got my classical guitar degree.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think I sent you my little one sheet, and the second page had a bunch of my little awards and accomplishments. And there's a 10-year gap where there was nothing. Okay. So that 10-year gap was me being a classical guitar touring classical guitarist. Yeah. So that was the thing.
I think the one advantage I can see is like, you don't have to deal with the band. You just play by yourself.
Yeah.
And all the egos is you.
Well, that was the time we moved to LA from the Philippines. So around 2004.
You and your wife, or
my whole family. She got hired. She got hired as a registered nurse, and
okay.
Of course, we have to be together, and it was a chance for me to venture out of the Philippines and see the world, basically. Yeah. And at that time, I was playing classical guitar, and I didn't want to be in a struggling band again this time in Los Angeles. I'm over that.
Yeah.
So being a solo classical guitarist allowed me to be more mobile. So I was able to give concerts, master classes.
Flexible.
I was able to play. Easy. I could just book from LA. I could book a show in Portland and just fly and just it's just me.
Yeah.
It's very, very easy to tour. So that was the 10 years gap in the awards things. I mean, it's not that I didn't play notable gigs. I played the Walt Disney Concert Hall.
Okay.
I played with an orchestra. I played the concerto there, and
Nice.
and all that. But it wasn't like best guitarist award.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
I had that too. Actually, about the same time. I mean, I have a few awards. One was like best German rock and pop guitar player, which was 1997.
Okay.
Which was also my peak times being on stages, being the hired gun.
Right.
And then I got the Fender Award in 2006 when the Fender became 50 years old, just because I had no clue. My webmaster said Fender is doing an award for Strat players, and he saw me playing the Strat. Oh, you go there. I said,
okay.
Oh, fuck it. Anyway, the rest of the story, I won the prize.
Okay.
And so this was these two awards, and the rest I don't think I'm not into awards.
Right.
Then there was a big gap, and then I got a few awards for my M1.
Oh, there you go.
So that's the awards thing. But I'm awards is only good for marketing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
put them on their website.
Yeah.
And personally, I don't care.
No. It's just it's nice to be recognized,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's not the end goal. We just do what we do.
Exactly.
You know.
And it's, I think, to get the joy for yourself and with the audience and other people, that's the most fulfilling. And that's why it's still fun to do, you know. And so that's. How do you feel about the situation in the Philippines and LA?
Okay.
How you know the center of the world and Hollywood and the big
Yeah.
American.
It wasn't what I pictured. It was way different.
What was your picture before?
Oh, it was like exactly like the Hollywood. This is where dreams come true, and this is where you go to make it. And then you walk Sunset Boulevard. You walk at Whiskey a Go Go
Yeah.
and all those places like
House of Blues and stuff.
yeah, and it's like okay, it's
There it is.
yeah, it's a little it's dirtier than I thought.
See, I mean, the good thing about Los Angeles and the area is the light is killer. I mean, if we take photos with my same phone
Yes.
here or there, I mean, it's like I can show you pictures that looks like $1 million shots, and they have been done on my old phone, just at the right time, in LA, and you look like a movie star.
Yeah.
I haven't
Exactly.
done anything. I'm just as ugly as I always been and was, and it just the fucking light makes me look way cooler when we
Yeah.
wear the really good ones. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a spot outside the Whiskey a Go Go where if you just stand the right way and then you get framed and then your photographer frames it just right, it's like an album cover.
Yeah.
Already. See, there.
Yeah. This is an example. This is Joshua Tree National
Joshua
Park.
Tree, yeah.
It's not that far from you.
Yeah.
So, can we see that? Or the other camera? I don't know.
Oh, there's
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
So, see, this is made with I think even with my old iPhone 6 or something like this.
Yeah.
And it looks like somebody has a super expensive camera or stuff like that, and it's not even colorized or anything.
Yeah.
You look like a movie star.
Well, it's also the background. Like
Yeah.
once you get to that part,
Yeah.
of California,
Yeah.
the Joshua Tree and
Yeah.
it's the old Western scenic
Yeah. We all have
environment.
we all have this kind of in us
Right.
from watching television.
Right. But as far as like the musicians go or the music scene goes, it's a little disheartening because like downtown LA and Sunset Strip, it's pay to play, which is the other way around.
Ouch, yeah.
I should be paid,
Exactly. And I'm happy to live here in Germany because we have more options, more opportunities, and I mean, it's so hard in the US. And I know killer musicians in the US that have to play for lousy money.
Yeah.
Or you go on a tour with a big artist and do the hired gun thing again. But here in Germany, you can play still
Yeah.
okay, even with, of course you have built up a little following and stuff like that, but it's okay. You can have fun. People come, and there's a lot of. This morning I was talking to a promoter from a club. That also has a record label and stuff. And he said, like, what has changed after COVID in Germany? And I said, because I haven't played there for a couple of years since COVID. And then we were finding out that as long as you are doing a male artist thing, for the older guys,
Okay.
it's older men watch concerts. Older
Ah.
women don't.
Okay.
They stay home. He says, from his comparison and selling tickets.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So I said, that's good because I have a lot of old men in my pocket.
Well, I also have to. I also have to add this little thing because if you're after the Hollywood dream, the Hollywood mirage, basically, then it's not a very good place to be. But however, since the U.S. is a really big place,
Yeah.
you don't have to target the whole U.S.
Yeah.
So if like you were saying, if you can find your audience and you find your niche, and it's and they embrace you and you embrace
Yeah.
them, then
It works.
that is enough for you to live off of.
Yeah. Cool.
You know, 'cause as long as you can find the like-minded persons
Yeah.
that you don't have to change yourself
Yeah.
to to fit in or to satisfy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're after, like the 80 Sunset Strip,
It's over.
No, it's not there anymore.
Yeah, and I wonder if it really was there. It might have been for a couple of years, but maybe this short of a time.
Yeah.
And it was writing history.
Right.
And then now it's like not there anymore.
Yeah, it's.
And by the way, the same thing with London
Uh-huh.
here in Europe. I mean, with Eric Clapton and the Yardbirds and Jeff Beck and Pink Floyd, they all play the Marquee Club.
Right.
Okay, I mean, there is still a Marquee Club, maybe, if I'm right. Or Germany, Hamburg.
Yeah, Hamburg. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
the Beatles and
the Beatles. I mean, I sometimes go to Hamburg to shoot videos there for Music Store Number One with all the nicest vintage guitars, and they have a plank of the place where the Beatles played, the Star Club.
Uh-huh.
So everybody knows the Star Club, and I know the guy who tried to keep the Star Club after that 60s thing,
The boom,
and,
yeah.
and he went bankrupt.
Oh no.
See, so
no.
it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
No. And,
Yeah.
And even in Liverpool, the original Cavern Club is not the original Cavern Club anymore. They rebuilt it somewhere else to make it kind of a tourist thing now.
Okay.
They missed to do that in Hamburg, but anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that. You just have to change your perception of what the American dream is.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky to be in this position now because, even though I'm not playing in a big band that's touring the entire world, I'm still touring myself. I'm here in Germany.
Yeah.
and I'm playing with Thomas Blug. And I get to meet all these amazing people and make music and check out all these amazing gear.
Yeah.
So it's been a very, very blessed career.
One part of your career these days is your YouTube channel, and you started it very early, right?
Very early. I started it when YouTube started, 2006.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, it was just a place for me to put videos.
Yeah,
because
like a storage place, kind of.
Just 2006.
Yeah.
To upload a video somewhere like 10 megabytes, it was like painfully slow, and nobody can watch it, right?
Yeah.
And then YouTube comes along, and I just upload it, and they just click the play button, and they can watch it.
Super.
It's great. So it was there. I put guitar. Actually, I didn't care what I put. I put guitar videos. I put primarily classical guitar videos so that I could send that link to a promoter or a concert producer. That way I can tour. But then I'd also put my mountain biking videos on it.
Okay.
And then my son riding his first bike or my son's first lesson.
Yeah.
It evolved several times. And then when I was teaching a lot, it would be like, I'd get permission to video my students, and it was a way for me to get more students as well.
Yeah.
And then 2016 to 2017, I decided to go full time because then I started noticing, there's guys demoing gear,
Yeah.
and I can do that.
Of course. Yeah.
So 2017, I became more prolific,
Right.
and directed the channel more.
Yeah.
Because I got a comment saying,
Maybe it's better to do this.
no, I got a comment like, dude, I know you're proud of your son and all,
Yeah.
but I subscribe for guitar stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And me not caring,
Yeah.
I said, oh, my channel, you watch what I put out.
Yeah.
But then
You thought about it. And
after a while, I thought about it, and he's right.
it makes sense,
He's
yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
so 2017, then 2018, 2019, and then the more prolific I got, the more consistent I got.
Right.
The channel started to take off. It took off, really took off during the pandemic because
Yeah.
everybody was
Was
watching
home.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Everybody was at home watching YouTube stuff. And then when everything opened up again, now I'm able to tap into this whole new circle where I get to meet people, wonderful people like you, and travel to different places and meet more people.
I think in the end, it's the personal fun for us is the community.
Exactly.
No? And that's the internet is great, and it's a thing that has two sides. On the one hand, we can reach the whole world, which is great. And by the way, if you want to watch more of Perfecto De Castro, watch his YouTube channel, which you just type in his name, right?
Yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
chat, so there it is.
Yeah, YouTube. So in the chat.
Yeah.
And of course, you have a homepage. No?
Perfectodecastro.com, and well, like everyone else, we're everywhere. Instagram,
Yeah.
and YouTube, Facebook, and all that stuff.
So, and for the videos, maybe that's another good question. Do you make money from YouTube for the videos? Because I demonetize all the videos because with the royalties.
Oh, okay.
Just a question.
Yeah. No, I try to shy away from doing cover stuff.
Yeah.
And if I do a cover, then I've already accepted that it's going to be demonetized.
Yeah.
Because the rights should go to the writer.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
But for the most part, most of my gear demos are original music.
Yeah.
Like Beef Unit, the one we played,
Yeah.
it was a demo for I think a pedal.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and the reason why it's called Beef Unit because it sounds beefy.
Okay.
But anyway, so and it's also a way for me since it's hard to make money off records.
Yeah, I
So
know.
now at least if I write music for a pedal or a guitar or demo, I mean it satisfies my creativity where I can get to write music.
Sure.
And also, but then at the same time, it also pays the bills. Like I can make money off it.
Of course, you have to, because you have to live.
Yes, exactly.
Especially when you live in America, right?
Yeah, especially in LA, it's very difficult. But to answer your question, the YouTube income is not the biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice. It pays for dinner.
I see the point. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get a little bit here and a little bit there, and then it adds up. And,
Yeah. I mean, during the pandemic, up until 2021 or early 2022, when everybody was trying to figure out the whole video making environment, Facebook actually had a very good monetization program. But now they stopped it, so we're back to square one.
Okay.
So anyway, so it's that. So now, like with most musicians, you can't live off of just one thing anymore.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to. Well, you know this. You have to teach. You have to come up with your own products. You have to do appearances. You have to play and all that. So it's no longer the
old school way where you just are the
rock and roll.
Yeah, I'm just a rock star. And the rest of when I'm not on stage, I can party.
Yeah.
Kind of rehearse for being the rock star after show. But these days are over.
Yeah, I mean, like you said earlier, like Sunday, there's no rest day.
Yeah.
You have to be on the ball. You know.
Well, usually I have a Sunday off, but this is before the guitar summits, and
Yeah.
and I thought,
Well, it's important to take breaks too.
yeah,
You can't burn out.
I mean, burnout is always around the corner. I know many people.
Yeah.
I know a few people that have dealt with stuff like that, and I'm kind of an active guy. Somehow I manage to calm down in between.
Okay.
Sometimes how do you say, like, sometimes I say to people, it's like when they think you are doing this and that, and so, and it's like in the eye of the storm. What is the English word? You know, like in the center of the hurricane.
Yeah. In the eye of the hurricane, there's calmness.
There's calmness.
Yeah.
So I can manage to be around a lot of people, and the older I get, the better it works. Actually, it's like I'm surrounded by 20 people or whatever on a trade show or in my company or with, and then I can close my mental door. I'm still there.
Okay.
And as I go, hey, all good. And that mental disconnection, in a way, helps me to refresh and not being the guy with a heart attack.
Right.
Well, that's at least I feel like that, and I didn't have any health issues in that direction, which is great because I know people that it's not an easy one to deal with. But I learned a little bit from the yoga mentality.
Right.
It's like, okay, you focus, and you can focus on something, and the rest disappears. That's my yoga teacher used to say, okay, when you're lying down, it's like, okay, your thoughts are like clouds on the sky. They are there, and they move, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then it's like, okay, I'm fine with that. So whatever there is can be clouds on the sky, and they move. Go away.
Right.
Fuck off. Okay, anyway. We can talk a little bit more about the guitar things. I have put down the modes thing.
Okay.
I think that's kind of always worth a visit.
Yeah.
And it's always, some people try to explain modes in a way that you go, I never get anything. Let me play pentatonic.
Yeah. But actually, even if you play pentatonic, you can still play modes.
Exactly. I don't know what is there a special approach that you have for the modes, or how you try to teach modes to people?
Okay. I try to think of modes as specific sounds. You know, because if you start thinking in terms of sounds as opposed to scales or notes, then
it makes more sense.
It makes more sense, and you now have something to shoot for.
Yeah,
you know,
because this is actually what we want to make. We pick up a guitar and we want to make a sound.
You want to make a sound, exactly.
So, and a mode is just a sound.
Right.
In the end, it's like buying an overdrive, an amp, or a guitar.
Yeah.
You know, it's a sound.
Yes.
So, okay.
Like in that song, like Beef Unit, the middle part. So
with this chord.
So you can think of this as the technical term is an add 11. Add sharp 11. Sorry. Yeah. Add 11. And then to make it, when you're staying on one chord, that's when you can make it interesting, because there aren't any other chords that influence the sound of the scale.
Yeah.
So now you can paint over the chord however you want. Right. So the way I started it, I started with Mixolydian, F sharp Mixolydian. Which you can make it sound bluesy if you want. Or it can sound exotic too. Indian sound.
It's also part of that mode. You know?
Yeah, it's like sitarish.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So see, that makes it more relatable because now it's the Indian sounding scale, or it's the Beatles, it's the
Shakti.
Shakti, yeah. That's or Norwegian wood,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
or something like that. So however you want to call it, that's the sound that it gives you, right? And then using the same chord, you were playing the Ingve.
I played the Phrygian dominant.
Phrygian
scale.
dominant.
Hey guys, to be honest, Phrygian dominant, that's about the hardest thing to imagine what that could be.
Right. It's very complicated, but
The way I learn it, it's like Ingvi or Blackmore.
Yeah.
You know, so, and, or Uli John Roth, they all play the same scale. And it's, once you have a few finger in of the
but that in itself is its own sound too. Like how
Yeah.
would you describe that sound?
yeah, for me, it's, well, it's the neoclassical sound.
Yeah, neoclassical, the Ingve, the
Ingve,
Blackmore.
yeah.
It can be like the Middle Eastern,
Yeah.
Arabic sounding.
Yeah.
You know, so if you have that in your head and you have that sound in your head, then it's easier to digest because now like. That lick right there,
Yeah.
if you change the notes, if you use the same approach, but you then change the notes, then that becomes like a blues rock. But then you change the notes around. So the thing that makes modes confusing is because it's first taught as different variations of a particular scale, of the major scale, but you should think of them as separate scales,
Sounds.
separate
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah.
You know, so that's when it clicked for me.
Yeah.
Because it was more of a. I was trying to understand it, and I was reading the books. Like you were saying,
yeah.
it's like, it's so foreign, it's so weird. And then the day I realized what modes were, I was watching a totally different thing, like Phrygian, like a Frank Gambale instructional video,
Yeah.
and his sentence was, "Oh, over the D minor 7, I can play a Dorian mode, a Dorian scale,"
Yeah.
and it's like,
Okay.
oh. So the chords dictate the scale,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if once you realize that, then everything is open.
Yeah.
Everything's
And for me, it's like once you entered a connection to something, you are in the room and then you can explore more.
exactly.
And therefore you have one solid connection to it. And that helps me always. It's like I get a hook, you know, and I can relate to that hook. It's like, oh, okay, this is this thing.
Yeah.
And then once I'm on the hook, I can see, this note here, that has a meaning for me too. Let's use that more often.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and then, but I need one thing that I can connect to, and that opens that door.
Exactly. So, and then you just keep,
Yeah.
you start inviting other people in.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is the way how to explore things in a natural way.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, when teaching, is like, here's all the theory. This has a sharp and a flat this and a blah blah blah. It's all correct.
Yeah.
It's all correct. If somebody understands it on that level and has a feeling for it because he can hear the 11 or whatever, a sharp 11, or if somebody really hears that, then there's a meaning. But if you just bring up expensive words, so to speak,
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I use
I think I go and play banjo or ukulele.
I mean, theory is not the starting point.
Yeah.
It's the explanation of what already works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then being distracted by too complicated explanation can kill your passion or energy to, to explore.
Yeah.
And therefore, the natural, like childish energy you have for explore to learn new stuff should never suffer.
Yes.
Yes. It's like practice makes perfecto is a good slogan because, but the way you practice shouldn't be like you suffer.
Right. It's not. It's
Yeah.
it's always exploring, and you're always shooting for something.
Yeah.
And it's there's also not just one way to practice. There's a lot of ways. It's not just locking yourself in the room with a guitar and forcing yourself to go through all the rigorous training stuff. I mean, I can be practicing while I'm waiting for my coffee.
Yeah.
Because it's everything is here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For me too. The moment when I understood some of your licks, it's memorized here, or and then once it's clear, I don't need the guitar anymore.
Yeah.
It's
Because now you can picture everything
Yeah.
and visualize and
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, so that's how that works, or
Yeah.
you know.
And then you get comfortable just in your brain, and the rest will follow.
Yes.
And it does.
Yes.
I mean, of course, we have we achieved a level that we know where to put the fingers in a way, and our problem is more to understand. It's more like we know the words, but what was the story again?
Yeah, exactly.
What was the opening chapter? And then once you got it, okay,
Right.
it's all good, it's good.
Right,
it
right.
starts here and it ends there, and then it's chapter 2. Okay, thanks. No, and we don't have to repeat every word by word, and
Yes.
then not understanding what it meant.
Yes,
we,
yeah.
we have the higher understanding, which actually makes everything easier. We don't have to memorize all the fucking little details in a way once we get the full picture.
Right, exactly. And you also, whenever you learn something new, you don't have to relearn everything.
Yeah.
Because like the first time you learn the D chord, the next time you encounter a D chord, you don't have to practice this again.
No, because
you already know. There you go.
It was playing automatic. I played the chord. Okay, magic.
Magic. So anyway, so it's that. And don't let theory bog you down.
Yeah.
You always be in search of sounds.
Yeah,
know.
that makes sense for me too. And actually, that's driving me also when I create my amplifiers. Today, there is no JDM 45 anymore. Whoops. I didn't sell it. No, I took it apart and we tried to get this modeled or in the MX, and it is, for me, it's the fascination of sound. And maybe somebody else will say, well, I don't like that amp. I love that amp. That's why I bought it. And for me, it's the biggest challenge to get that amp like as good as it gets.
Okay.
And yeah, it's so great to understand. And once I spent basically the whole day we spent reading the schematics, measuring things, seeing all the phenomena. It's like, wow, see how that EQ works and how everything is floating around. Sometimes it's always, for me, it's like visiting a foreign country and see, oh, these guys are doing that, and this is what's happening, you know. And sometimes stuff like with the old tube amps is very simple in the way they do it, but the effects are rather complex. Wow, now we have clipping on that stage, and that what's going on here? Nice.
Yeah, I saw that amp under the microscope earlier when I visited HQ.
Yeah. I had to put it back together after we took a lot of the DNA for our understanding. We will see.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Well, and I'm looking forward to playing the final result.
Yeah, me too. Well, if it's the final result, I don't know if we get it by tomorrow, or maybe at the end of the show. Let's see how.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I love that exploring challenge, and it's if I still have that mindset, and it will never stop. If I had more time on the guitar, I would explore more on the guitar, because there's tons of things.
Yeah.
It's on my wish list,
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm doing the YouTube things, I make notes and, oh, this was so beautiful, I have to watch this again, and I have no time,
Yeah, I mean, it's we gotta keep hustling too. So hopefully there will be time for more play later on.
Okay, I see some things in the chats going on. Michael V. Schenker, V, the flying V. But anyway,
Speaking of flying V, I saw a special flying V earlier at 6+4.
6 and
6 and 4.
4.
6 and 4.
Our local music store.
Yeah, it is the Kirk Hammett.
I played that guitar.
Oh, you played that
And
guitar?
how do you like it?
I just held it and played it acoustically.
Yeah.
It's very interesting guitar until they told me how much it was.
It was way too, not way too expensive. It is what it is. I was impressed of the quality of some of that guitars. I mean, too expensive for me. I have a real. Where's my 64? Here, no, just behind me.
Right there. Yeah.
They have like a copy of that guitar, and this is the real deal. And I have to admit, the copy was pretty good.
Yeah.
And exactly this flying V I played, and of course, okay, this is Metallica. You play some Metallica, but then I played some blues on it, and I thought,
and
it's good guitar.
Yeah.
It's a really good guitar.
Yeah. So somebody will be very happy once they pick it up. So it's the Kirk Hammett replica flying V.
Yeah, with even the duct tape on the back.
and the spurt soles on the
yeah, totally original. So they've done it with a lot of passion for details. I was impressed too.
Yeah. Follow the third.
What is the tritonus? What's going on?
Yes, thanks for being at our store today.
Are they in here?
Yeah, T-Pick. Yeah, he was the guy who showed me all the guitars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is T-Pick? Is this
Thierry?
Thierry?
Yeah, Thierry.
The French guy.
Yeah,
I have to thank him for that vintage guitar that I played on the weekend, because that saves my ass. Thierry, bonsoir.
Thierry, merci.
Merci beaucoup. He's such a nice guy, and the store is great. It's like also a community. It's great to meet people. The other day I was at the store and I met a guy that I haven't seen for 30 years, kind of. It's like, oh, he's still there. And he came to my house, you know, like after we met again there.
Right.
So great thing. Watch 2 times.
Oh, okay, so somebody said I have a very long watch later list. So Poo Ninja watches in 2 times speed. That's how I watch so much. Okay.
2 times. Maybe we should speak slower then.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense to watch it in double time.
Yeah.
Dum, 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 dum. Okay, this is
Just for you, Pooh.
yeah, that's just for you. This is the Ingvi arpeggio. Okay, I missed the fret. Anyway, Oh,
Okay.
cool. I think. Hey, I think we have another song.
Yeah, we can jam out.
We can. Okay, wait. Where's my cable? Let's see what this will bring. And then, of course, guys, the Guitar Summit will bring a lot of things. And you told me about Adrian Vandenberg.
Oh yeah, he was just posted today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Adrian Vandenberg is coming to Guitar Summit.
Yeah.
Like last minute edition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he sent me an SMS, like a message, and said, "I hunt you down." Yeah. So
So it's great. I mean, there's a lot of people coming.
Yeah.
You know, Doug Aldrich is going to be there.
he's
Dead
yeah.
Daisies.
Yeah.
Who else?
I know about him as well. I
Okay.
mean, he's together with a German woman.
Oh really?
So for a long time.
Okay.
So anyway, all good. So
Okay.
I know makes a lot of sense for him to come.
Right. So yeah, so Guitar Summit is going to be fun.
Yeah. I'm looking. There's Al Di Meola. There is. I think even John McLaughlin is coming. I'm not sure, but then there is. Fuck! I have to watch the list.
Matteo Mancuso.
Asato.
Matteo Asato. Yeah. Okay, so
He's there. It's killer guys.
yeah. It's gonna be
And
fun.
for those who don't know, I made some posts on the social media what I'm doing. My masterclass is sold out, but on the Saturday night I don't do the full concert. I'm as a guest. I used to be the MD for the whole band.
Right.
And this year it's Martin Miller. And
okay.
also great, he was a guest with me years ago, and which is good because I have more time to do my stuff.
Yeah.
And which is also important. Anyway, so we have something completely. Your workshop.
I should tell you guys about my workshop too.
Of course.
Sunday, I'll be giving a workshop at Electric Stage 1.
Okay.
So last year my workshop was lead guitar inflection. So I called a couple of audience members, and they were able to see the transformation, like how to improve their vibratos and bending and all that. So this time I will be joined by a couple of friends of mine, Rick and Aaron, and this will be all about playing with live musicians. Like, because right now, either by choice or not by choice, a lot of us play with backing tracks.
Right. Yeah.
And the art of jamming is sometimes lost.
See?
You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. The jamming, you can interact, you can react a lot more than if you have anything fixed.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Though, if once you train your ears, then you can also interact with your backing track.
Right.
But anyway, so this will be. I decided to invite my friends in. We'll be playing in a power trio format, and we'll be and I'll be talking about how the guitar should interact with the different instruments and all that. And
I love it.
Yeah, and then maybe bring up a audience member to jam and
Nice.
hopefully give them that experience.
Experience
Yeah,
and feel,
exactly.
yeah. I
So-
mean, I have a little story here. The other day I was making my lawyer happy on his 65th birthday. And he wanted to have me at his party, but not the full band. You know. Okay. I mean, of course, I love to play with my band, so I took a bunch of backing tracks, like 50 or so, and challenged myself to play a full kind of concert just with backing tracks.
Okay.
And a lot of stuff I didn't even really know that well because it was music for him.
Right.
The freer I got, the better it was.
Yeah.
That's the lesson that I learned, at least for me. And then everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And they tried to book me against that. No, this was just for Werner. This was for the one guy. Werner, if you're watching, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's watching our channel.
Okay, good.
Sometimes too, which is great.
Yeah. So, yeah, that. It's. I miss playing with like live musicians, and every chance I get, I jump at the chance. So even
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
Absolute. Life is killer.
Yeah.
And like the thing I've done in France is like, okay, I didn't know the song, but hey, the key is fine. And then the things that happen spontaneously, the female singer, she challenged me, was killer. It's like,
See, that's the most satisfying part.
Yeah.
You know, because like if you pull something out of thin air, and if it works, it's like, oh, and everybody's clicking. It's like, oh my God, this is like the best feeling ever.
yeah.
You know.
I see a comment from Hadi. Oh, Thomas, can you please record the interview you are doing so we can rewatch them? Yes, Lucas will be with me. So if there's an interview, it's Lucas. Maybe in the worst case, if he has to go to the loo, I take my iPhone. And we
There you
can watch that splendid quality. But it doesn't look like California because the sun at the Guitar Summit is not shining this bright.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least we do the interviews. Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
live drums. So you know what? We just play a song that we have never played together. I have no clue.
Yeah.
And it's
We'll
just being sent to me from you as we have another option.
Okay, yeah. So we'll just, this is flying by the seat of our pants.
We have no clue, and I just press play, and I hope I have the channel on. Good luck. Is this the beginning?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that was in the
Yeah.
middle. Yeah.
I was.
We were previewing it earlier. Yeah.
Okay. I go here. I make it a little bit louder.
Yeah.
And this is all live. Enjoy. Huh?
There it is. That's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So, see, this is how it should go. It's just spontaneous. Nobody thinks of anything, but explore and risk something.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, we have some little fuck ups here and there, but
it's-
who cares?
Yeah, I mean, neat is never fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, when you're a kid, the most fun you had is when you're playing with, when you're eating the chocolate and the chocolate is in half of your face.
Of course, yeah. That's part of life, and that's part of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So, where can we find you on the Guitar Summit? At the PGD?
Yes, I will be hanging out at PJD Guitars. I'll be going around and sampling all the cool gear and fun stuff. But Sunday I will be at the Electric Stage 1, and that is at 12 noon.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have your masterclass, right?
I have my masterclass.
It's sold out.
It's unfortunately it's sold out. Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Somewhere I have a. Where's my schedule? Here's my schedule because Friday I do an interview.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't even have to look at my professional.
Very
because,
cool.
So on Friday you see in the evening 6:30 p.m. recording stage 1. It's the same place where you do yours, right?
No, Electric Stage 1.
You are electric stage.
Yes,
Oh, this is
yes.
recording. Sorry.
Yeah.
Saturday, it's my masterclass. Saturday evening at 5 will be here. Some of my M's we will bring, and then we do some A/B shootouts.
Okay.
And this time not in the studios, in the real room where people can be there.
Yeah, can feel it.
And can feel it.
Yeah.
And we will make some noise. So this
That's
will
gonna
be fun.
Yeah.
And what else is on my list? Saturday at the evening is the concert, and Sunday I have a last minute call to interview Mr. Trevor Wilkinson.
Oh, okay.
Which will be fun. And also, what I can recommend is one of my heroes, Peter Weyer, is a German session player. Is kind of Steve Lukather from Germany.
Okay.
He is coming, and he will explain what's going on with this weird wood.
Yeah. I noticed that.
Yeah, he came up with the whole idea,
Okay.
and just watch it. It's his thing. It does improve the tone. It's unbelievable. So, and of course, there's tons of other seminars. That's the good thing for me at the Guitar Summit. It is not just an exhibition. The seminars and the concerts and the amount of great content is unbeatable.
Yeah.
And for me, the Guitar Summit is an example of a format and a concept for events that we need in the future, because there are so many events disappearing.
Yes.
And that's the thing. People go and watch the Guitar Summit and maybe do something in Spanish or in.
We need more events that that bring the community together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I have a gift for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this is a strap hand woven from the Philippines.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So
wow.
Panlipi means tribe.
Yeah.
And I figured that this little buckwheat thing.
This suits my color. Look at this.
Exactly.
I mean, this is like what a beautiful combination.
Yeah, that's why I chose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I showed you in my living room my beaten up strap that is not usable anymore.
Yeah, when I saw that, it's like, yes. I brought the perfect gift.
Oh, thank you so much, Perfecto. I mean, this is just right. Just and it's the perfect color. Thank you so much.
Yeah. It's my pleasure.
Oh man, yeah. So that's very, very nice. So hey, thanks for joining in.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you're always welcome. Next time you come to Germany, we have to do it again.
Yes, definitely. And when you're back in LA, we'll hang out too.
We catch up because it's a cool hang. It's always great to meet friends, and share this with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, see you guys maybe at the summit in person. I mean,
Yeah.
we are all there, and there's a bunch of people there, and even the.
And then check out the gear, check out the BluGuitar amps, check out PJD guitars.
Right.
Just tons of things to see at Guitar Summit.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we are at booth 216. When you go up the stairs, first booth you bump into. And so don't miss it. And we meet each other next week, and I'm excited to see what will happen in the next days.
Okay.
Because meeting all these people, you never know.
Yeah.
And it's what's happening besides the official stuff that is even more exciting.
Right.
At least for me.
Yeah.
So that's I'm really looking for this weekend to come. I'll be exhausted, but happy.
Yes. Well, that's the best exhaustion.
Yeah. Positive stress. I call it the positive stress.
Yeah. Exhausted but satisfied.
Yeah. Okie doke. Hey, thanks guys for joining in. See you all next week, same place at this, and check out Perfecto De Castro.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Ciao.